Yeah. 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 Mystic Matt turning fives to stacks. Hurricane reps rolling like tracks. Doubters gonna hate, but the cheddar's fat. UFC nights turning pennies to racks. Spread too wide, Vegas holding the breath. Props to parlays, betting like nothing left. Pull the underdog moves like a chess grandmaster. Break the bank, they'll respect you faster. Cheddar change, Mystic rearrange. Dollar bills from change, bets ain't strange. Critics might scoff, they don't know the range. Mystic Matt cashing in, pocket feels strange. $5, $10, pocket rocket. Fight night knowledge, stacking ticket. Vegas odds shaking, they can pick it. Mystic Matt, every win a ticket. Cash coming in, steady river flow. Count it out, often doubters laying low. Parlay stacked, high pro, gamble show. Mystic's foresight, bets overflow. Cheddar change, Mystic rearrange. Dollar bills from change, bets ain't strange. Critics might scoff, they don't know the range. Mystic Matt cashing in, pocket feels strange.
And what is going on, y'all? Welcome to Change to Cheddar right here on the Golden Octagon. As always, you know me. My name is Matt. D Rose likes to join me on the pay-per-views, and we have a little what's called a cheese wheel that we like to spin, and we have to give you our best bet from what we have picked out. So that's always fun as well. But if you don't know how the show works, me and D Rose are going to go through the weigh-ins and the face-offs one last time, give you our last picks, let you know if anything changed from earlier in the week. And then, yeah, pretty much just run through those real quick, let you see the face-offs, give you any indicators, whether we're changing our lean or anything like that. I already said that, but it's okay. And then we're going to do the cheese wheel, give you our bets. And then at the end of the show, I've got some parlays. I think I have 4 cooked up because we got some parlay boosts. So why not share my parlay boosts with you guys? And I know D Rose sent me 2 as well. So D Rose, I'm ready to win some money this weekend. Are you ready to win some money this weekend?
Yeah, man. We have I've loaded the clip this week. I've tried to even do a little couple of sprinkles. I got one that I did not send you yet, but I got another long shot as well. So I'm actually trying to hit a couple of these. $2 to win like $1,000, $2 to win like $500. Like I'm trying to hit
like me.
I'm trying to hit a few.
You're on the right.
So,
you're on the right show, D Rose. This is Change to Cheddar,
man.
That's what's up.
That's the whole intent, man. And we're gonna come in here and try to take these books' heads off this weekend, man. I'm ready.
Indeed. We got Austin in here. Happy Friday, everyone. The thumbnail is great because Dave was telling me that he was curious about what you two look like with your shirts off. Well, you don't have to be curious anymore because that is precisely what our physiques look like, right? Right, D-Rose?
I mean, yeah. If there was any question, there it is. And did y'all have any doubts that it looked like that? That's the real question.
Yeah. And then we got Lush in here. What's going on, Lush? Hey, my guys, how we doing? Let's break the bank. Shout out, Lush, for stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by here tonight, my guy. So with that being said, I've already got the weigh-in photos and the face-off photos uploaded. So we'll go ahead and get into it. I'll add it to the stage. Do you want to be seen, D Rose, or do you want to go full screen on the weigh-in photos? It's up to you. I usually hide myself. I don't care.
We can do it like this. We're all good.
Okay. With that being said, let's get into it. First fight of the night going to be Nora Cornhole taking on Haley Cowan. Over under on this one is set at 2.5. Over is -230. The under is +175. Nora Cornhole the favorite at -185. Haley Cowan is your underdog at +154. Nothing really changes for me here. Although Nora Cornhole did miss weight, she did re-weigh in, cut her hair off, and still missed weight by like a pound and a half. So yeah, she was really trying to make that weight, but she did not make the weight. On the other hand, Haley Cowan is just dude, she's just so underwhelming. I don't know what she's good at, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know why she's even in the UFC. With that being said, I like Nora Cornhole to win this fight via decision. How about you, man?
Yeah, nothing changed here for me. I mean, I know Laura Cornoli had the weight cutting issues and everything, but I think in terms of who I think is a better fighter, I'm with you. Haley Cowan, just leaves a lot to be desired. So I'm going to stick with Laura Cornoli by decision.
Fair enough. Also, D Rose, just to let you know, your Tapology picks are not there this week. I don't know if you weren't logged in on your on your thing or
There's a
what.
chance that happened.
But I checked earlier and they weren't there. But anyway, up next we got Trayshawn Gore taking on Marco Tulio. The over under on this one is 1.5. The over is minus 140. The under is plus 110. Marco Tulio is minus 410, your favorite. Trayshawn Gore is plus 320, your underdog. Yeah, man, this is one where I'm kind of torn on the over under because Trayshawn Gore, he's tough. He's not good though, so I could see this kind of creeping over just a little bit. But on the other hand, Marco Tulio is just an absolute. He's an absolute lethal striker. And do I need to say that? I mean, the confidence that this man has. I mean, he's just walking around with Norma Dumont wrapped on his arm all the time. So I mean, imagine taking the dump truck driver for a ride nightly, D Rose. His confidence has to be just through the roof. With that being said, give me Marco Tulio to win this fight via, let's go, second round knockout. How about you, man?
Yeah, nothing changed for me here. Yeah, I think Trayshawn Gore is a good athlete, explosive fighter. But a little bit green still. Where I think Tulio, I think he's a little bit more well-rounded and formed at this point. One of the shoot box guys, and when you watch him fight, he does kind of fight with that same aggression that those shoot box fighters do. And yeah, I think that Tulio gets a knockout. Trayshawn Gore gets clipped. He's been clipped in the past. Of course, Cody Brundage hurt him and knocked him out as well. Give me. I'm going to go Marco Tulio, and I'm with you with the second round knockout.
Fair enough. Up next, let me change it. We've got Sumu Darji taking on Mitch Raposo. Over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 175. The under is plus 135. Sumu Darji is minus 148. Your favorite. And Mitch Raposo is your dog at plus 124. Yes, Humadarji here is going to have a big height and reach advantage, and I just don't think Mitch Raposo is going to be able to get in on him to get him down. So just give me Sumu Darji to pretty much stick the jab on Mitch Raposo all 3 rounds and win by decision. Sumu Darji via decision for me. What about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, for me, I will say that my pick has not changed at all. I think that Sumadarji is clearly the better striker of the two. I think Mitch Raposo is clearly the better wrestler of the two, but we have seen Sumadarji get taken down in the past, has been susceptible to takedowns, and isn't really that great off his back once he does get taken down. So yeah, I think there's a clear path to win for Mitch Raposo here. So I'm going to stick with Mitch Raposo by decision.
Fair enough. Looks like we both like the over there. So over minus 175, over 2.5. Not a bad lean. Yeah, this is one of the 3 that me and D-Rose are split on this week for the pick champ. So moving on, we've got Lord Mikal Olashejuk taking on Cedriquez SD, the Reaper, or the Hood Wolf, Dumas. Lord Mikal Olashejuk is minus 225, your favorite. Cedriquez Dumas is plus 185, your underdog. The over-under here is 1.5. The over is minus 145. The under is plus 114. Yeah, man. I was on Mikal Olashejuk earlier in the week by round 1 knockout, round 2 knockout, a knockout. But I suspected him to be the slightly shorter guy of the two, but after seeing weigh-ins, man, am I thrilled to see that Mikal looks like he's the bigger guy of the two here. So give me Lord Mikal Olashejuk to knock out Cedriquez Dumas in round 1 or 2.
Yeah, the size difference, I will say, played a big factor into it for me because, I mean, if you look at Olashejuk in that picture at the bottom, I mean, That's the good shape as I've seen him come in a long
Mhm.
time. You know, I even at 185, you know, he hasn't had the best physique, but you know, him coming in looking as shredded as he does, you know, he's never had a cardio issue. It's always been just a little bit of a skill deficiency, especially when it comes to guys taking him down. I don't know. Shadrikus Dumas, okay, he's trying to make improvements in his game, whatever, but I still don't see him as this big, heavy type wrestler. And I
No.
know he's not the better striker between the two as well. I mean, Olashayshak, dude's got clean, crisp boxing. You got me kind of worrying now about a potential knockout, but I do think that I just think Shadrikus Dumas is tough, but I do think that Olashayshak can put it on him to where I can see Dumas is kind of playing defense for the rest of the fight. I'm going to stick Olashayshak by decision.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Me and D Rose both on Mikhail Olashaychuk. I'm on Olashaychuk by knockout. D Rose on him by decision. Up next, we have Juicy J, Julian Erosa taking on Darren the Damage Elkins. Over under here is 2.5. The over is -115. The under is -115. Darren Elkins plus 235, your underdog. Julian Erosa is -290, your favorite. Yeah, man. I just every time I see Darren Elkins just walking to the scale or the cage, dude, I'm just like shaking my head because it's almost like he's like an old man with like Parkinson's disease, like out there, like shaking, dude. Although I did pick him to win this fight via decision, it was strictly because I didn't want to feel like a dickhead and pick basically every single favorite on this entire card. So Julian Erosa probably ends up winning this fight via decision, but I'm not going to switch my pick. I'm going Darren the Damage Elkins to get his grappling going, get the ground and pound going, and win this fight via decision. So let's go Darren Elkins. Let's get this damn win, baby. What's up, D Rose?
Yeah, and again, this is another one where I'm with you. I think Juicy J, his biggest thing, you know, and we had said it the other day, or you know, I said it in my breakdown that I think while he does have a lot of skills, I just don't think he has the power in his hands to put Darren Elkins away because Darren Elkins is going to be there, dude. I mean, he has the damage on his chest for a reason. The dude just takes the damage and is willing to give it back as well. And if you can't get in there and get him out of there, dude, I mean that's it. So yeah, give me Darren Elkins here. I think he gets it done by decision.
Real quick on that, I was watching the like the Santino like the Franco podcast, and like they were talking like about this fight. Like Santino like was like he takes so much damage he has it across his chest, and then the fucking Brendan like was like I should have pussy across my chest. I fucking died laughing, dude. And they just kind of just moved along. Dude. I was like, how are they just gonna just skip through that? Like I fucking died laughing. Fucking
Such
dork,
an idiot.
dude. Anyway,
Such an
up
idiot.
next we got sorry. I didn't let you finish. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying that yeah, I agree. Darren Elkins by decision. Darren Elkins by
fair
decision is what I agree with.
Fair enough. Moving on, we got Chase, the Dream Hooper, taking on Jim A10 Miller or Jim fucking Miller. With that being said, odds for this fight, the over under here is 1.5. The over is -160. The under is +124. Jim Miller's +600. The underdog. And Chase Hooper is Chase Hooper is -900. Your favorite. Yeah, man. I know you like Chase Hooper via decision here, but Chase Hooper is just so much bigger. And I know Jim Miller's hard to submit, but we also forget that Chase Hooper can, land some nasty ground and pound. He's got crazy dirty elbows, dude. Well, he did the fucking Slava claws, that would get Jim Miller out of there. Let's be honest. So I'm on Chase Hooper via finish. The thing is, the Chase Hooper finish and the under 2.5 are basically the same number. I think the under 2.5 might be better than the Chase Hooper via finish. So I guess that it can include a Jim Miller thumping in there as well. So give me the under 2.5 here or Chase Hooper via finish. What about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, I think, are the odds too wide? Yes, absolutely. The only way I'm playing this fight is Chase Hooper by decision. I think that's the only type of juice that I can get on this fight, just because, maybe the over, maybe the over as well, but just in terms of, I just don't see Chase Hooper finishing Jim Miller, just because I think Jim Miller's so tough. And, kind of similar situation with, where Juicy J is at. I don't think that the Chase is going to get overwhelmed by any means. But I do think that Jim Miller, he's too tough to just put away. You have to really put him out with a big shot. Bobby Green, I still go back to that fight. Bobby Green beat the absolute snot out of Jim Miller for pretty much the last 2 rounds, and Jim Miller was still there at the end. And I don't think that Chase Hooper can submit Jim Miller either. So for me personally, that's just where I see the decision angle coming in at. I'm going to stick with Chase Hooper here, and I'll stick with him by decision.
Fair enough. We will move along to one of my favorite plays of the week. We got Yan Xiaonan taking on Verna Jandiroba. Odds for this fight are over under is -238 for the over, and the under is +180. I didn't know if I told it, but over under is 2.5 here, and the under is +180. Yan Xiaonan's +114. Your underdog, Verna Jandiroba, -135. Your favorite. I don't feel any different here. I like Verna, but I think I like Verna via sub now, D Rose. I think you may have talked me into it. So Verna, round 2, round 3 sub prop, I do like it. I think it's currently like plus like 550, 650. I mean, it's a huge plus number. And, I think Yan Xiaonan can get out of the first round without getting submitted by Verna. But round 2, round 3 might be tricky. So give me Verna to submit Yan Xiaonan in round number 2. What about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, and I got most of the plays. I mean, I got a small play with Verna by submission, but honestly, for most of them where the money line's at, I got Verna by money line. I got it, parlayed a couple times. So, it's not a terrible play considering where the line's at. And I think after the face-offs, I'm still going to stick with my conviction as well. And I did save my Tapology picks this time around, so we're good now. I got Verna by submission in the second round. I just think you go back to Yan Xiaonan's last fight against Wei Li when Wei Li still had that submission at the end of the first round, and as you said, Jason Herzog had to pick her up out of that corner. I think if you give Verna that type of opportunity, she's not going to let that slip up. I think Verna by submission is the way to go.
Fair enough. So, moving on to the main event of the prelims, we've got Dan 50K Ige taking on the sniper, Sean Woodson. Odds for this fight, the over-under is 2.5. Over, -330. The under is +240. Dan Ige is +160, the underdog. Sean Woodson's -192, the favorite. Yeah, man, look at the height and reach difference here. It's just absolutely nuts. I just got Sean Woodson just popping out that jab, maybe throwing a leg kick here and there. But Dan Ige maybe throwing some big hooks, but whiffing a whole lot because he can't get the Sean Woodson without getting jabbed in the face. So give me Sean Woodson to win this fight via decision. And I know you're on the same way too.
Yeah. So you pretty much broke it down clean. I think just reach advantage. Sean Woodson never normally tried to put himself in too much danger anyway, so I just think he plays the distance game. I think Dan Ige could potentially have some moments, but Sean Woodson knows the danger that Dan Ige imposes. No sense in standing in the pocket with someone as dangerous as Dan Ige when you could play it from the outside. I think Sean Woodson by decision is the way to go.
Hell yeah. All right, so we'll move on to the main card. First fight of the main card is the minor, Nikita Krylov, taking on Dominic, the Devastator Reyes. Over under for this one. It depends where you're looking. I have my DraftKings pulled up right now. The over under here is set at 1.5. The over is -154. The under is +120. I don't know why this fight's not getting out of the first round. Anyway, Nikita Krylov is -162, your favorite. Dominic Reyes is +136, your underdog. Yeah, D-Rose, I picked Nikita Krylov via first round knockout earlier in the week, and I'm leaving my pick. But before I pass it to you, dude, either Dominic Reyes put on size or he's not in good shape, dude. I've seen him look better basically in every single weigh-in before this, dude. He doesn't look in great shape, if I'm going to be honest. What are your thoughts here?
I will say that that was something I noticed as well. But I will say in his other weigh-ins too, he looked a lot more slender. Where
Yeah.
I was saying in this one, making 205, he probably looked like he could potentially make 185. Where I say at this this current body fixture here, he does look a little bit thicker. Nikita Krylov does have good takedowns as well, good submissions and everything. So maybe he could have maybe bulked up a little bit more for the potential of a wrestling match and want to build up the muscle just in case. I'm not quite sure, but I do think that when it comes to the hand speed overall, I still think that Reyes is the more devastating striker of the two. Nikita Krylov has more ways to win, but I think Reyes is the more dangerous of the two. Krylov leaves his chin up there, man. I think Reyes is feeling himself a little bit. I think Reyes gets the knockout. I'm going to go second round.
Fair enough. This is another one that me and D Rose are split on. I am on Nikita Krylov via knockout. D Rose is on Dominic Reyes. So another one for the pick champ there. Moving on, a lot of people's main event. We got Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell taking on Jean Lord Silva. The over under here is 2.5. The over is plus 114. The under is minus 145. John Silva is minus 192. Your favorite. Bryce Mitchell is plus 160. Your underdog. Yeah, man. John Silva missed weight by a pound this morning, then went back and made weight. So both fighters made weight at the face-off. We saw that Bryce Mitchell is going to be, bigger. This one scares me, man. I'm going to be honest because I did pick John Silva via second round knockout. But if you're on Bryce Mitchell this week, I don't hate it because I think Bryce Mitchell, like 3 decisions, like plus 330. Bryce Mitchell via decisions, like plus 400, and that's going to be Bryce Mitchell's way to win this fight. So if you're on Bryce Mitchell, I don't hate it. If you're on Bryce Mitchell via decision, I don't hate it. But I think Bryce Mitchell is going to look good until he gets knocked out. So not changing my pick. Give me Jean Silva second round knockout here. How about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, I picked John Silva the other day, going into this fight, and I think that John Silva still has the most danger there, as far as his hands. He can knock anybody out. He's great at setting up the punches, but I do think that, man, I'm not going to lie. There's just been something the last couple of days that has just been sticking with me to where I can't overlook Bryce Mitchell, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was the weigh-ins earlier. I don't know if it was a press conference.
It was
on Thursday night.
The cross at the press conference.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what it was. It could have been Bryce Mitchell putting down dogs and they squeal before they die. Like, I don't know what it is. I have swung completely in the other direction. I'm going Bryce Mitchell, man. I have switched my pick here. I do think Bryce Mitchell by decision is the way to go. If you look, man, and I had even mentioned it the other day, Charles Jourdain took down John Silva a couple of times. Now, John Silva was able to get back up. He was able to get back up pretty quickly. But, man, I do think that, Bryce Mitchell took down Topuria, was able to hold him down for a little bit as well. I think Bryce Mitchell can do the same here as long as he doesn't get clipped. Let's go Bryce Mitchell by decision. I have flipped my pick.
Yeah, dude, that's a big plus money. I'm feeling Bryce, honestly. I was big on Silva, but I don't know anymore. Yeah. I kind of feel the same, y'all. I don't have this fight in a ton of bets, if I'm going to be honest. Maybe like the fight to start round 2. Like the fight to start round 2, I don't hate. But aside from that, I don't know. Anyway, up next, we have Yair El Pantera Rodriguez taking on Patricio Pitbull Ferreira Faraday. I don't know. Patricio Pitbull. Anyway, over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 166. The under is plus 130. Yair Rodriguez minus 192. Your favorite, Patricio Pitbull, is plus 160. Your underdog. Yeah, I know I did say Yair Rodriguez first round sub earlier in the week because I was like, I'm just gonna basically pick it to go like the same way the AJ McKee fight did go. But now I've looked into it a little bit more. I just like Yair Rodriguez to just basically be at range, uses footwork, jabs, uses those sick leg kicks, teep kicks, any kind of cool flying kicks he has. Just basically all 3 rounds, just not let Pitbull get in. Give me Yair to win this fight via decision. How about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, I think that, for me, I'm going to stick on my pick here. I picked Pitbull by decision the other day. I do think that there's still the path there for him to win. And Yair getting a little bit chippy with Diego Lopez, man. Is he
Mhm.
is he losing his focus here? In terms of moving his focus over to Diego Lopez and overlooking his opponent in Pitbull, who he's coming from Bellator and he's a little bit older, but hey, this dude's still a dangerous fighter, still got all the skills, and he's got the skill set to beat Yair. So I'm going to go. I want to go Pitbull by decision here.
Yeah, that's the third one that me and D Rose are split on is this one right here. Well, I guess 4 now, but we're not counting it. We're not counting it. You didn't do it on the podcast. Anyway, co-main event of the evening, we've got Patty, the Batty Pimblett, taking on Iron Michael Chandler. Over under here is 1.5. The over is -230. The under is +175. Michael Chandler +124. The dog, Patty Pimblett, -148. The favorite. Yeah, this one is I don't know how anyone could be confident in this fight, because this fight could truly go any way possible. And that's just mostly because it's a Michael Chandler fight. All of his fights just basically go the opposite of how you think like it's gonna go. Because in every fight, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna just bet the under. But somehow here recently, dude, they've been going to decision quite often. And I know you kind of like that, but I like the Patty 4-5 decision or the Patty sub 2-3-4. I I like Patty to win this fight. I don't know if it's going to be by decision or by submission, but give me Patty to win this fight via 4th round submission. D Rose, which way are you going here? Let's just cover them all.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think first round is a knockout, second round is a submission, third round it's a submission. No, I'm just kidding here. No, I think that so this is going to be obviously a barn burner of a fight. I picked Patty by decision earlier in the week. I think I'm going to stick with that. Now, I will tell you that, hey, when we predicted that Gaethje versus Chandler fight, remember, I was the one that said that, hey, I bet this fight is going to go to decision, and it sure as hell did. So I was on the fence about that too, or I was on the stand, screaming it loud from the rooftops. I think this one goes to decision too, man. So I think the big thing for me, I think that Patty doesn't possess the power to necessarily hurt Chandler enough to where I think he can hurt Chandler to deter him. Yeah, but hey, Tony also dropped Gaethje too. So let's be honest. Yeah. Tony in his prime could crack. So and maybe that was just Tony's last glimpse of greatness was that left hook that he landed on Chandler. But I do think that. Yeah, and he kind of gave Patty a little bit of issues there in the third round. Remember, Patty had to go in there.
That's because Patty gassed because he
he tried to finish him in the
knocked
first
him down and then basically just killed him. And he was like, "All right, is anyone going to stop this fight?" And then he just fucking gassed out, just tried to knock him out.
But yeah, Tony gave him issues there in the third round. So Tony, I say that basically to say that I think that Patty can hurt Chandler to deter Chandler. I don't think he can hurt him to knock him out. I do think that Chandler is obviously aware of the submission skills that Patty Pimblett has. I think Chandler can knock out Patty, but I just think based on Chandler's last fight, just looking at him against Charles Oliveira, I know he came in off the layoff, but he looked really slow. I know he landed some power shots in there too, but unless he's eye poking and cheating, man.
He's going to. That's what
I just see that. Yeah, that is his thing. And I love Chandler, but that is his thing. But I do think that Patty's still the better, basically all around, more well-rounded fighter with more ways to win. And Chandler's takedown defense against Oliveira didn't look great. So I think that's the path for Patty as well. I'm going to go Patty by decision.
Does the size maybe deter you a little bit here?
No, because I didn't. Maybe I expected Patty to be maybe an inch or so taller, but once they face off, the way they fight, Chandler likes to fight in the pocket, where Patty's kind of in and out. He likes to throw those teep kicks and kind of keep it at range, and he can get in the pocket, but and he's wearing shoes too. So,
yeah. That's what I was gonna point out. Is the like the Patty's barefoot there, and then fucking Chandler has on the shoes. So that's That's why Mike Chandler looks like he's a lot taller than he actually is. But anyway, main event time.
Makes
We
sense.
have Diego Lopes taking on Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Over under here is 3.5. The over is minus 160. The under is plus 124. Alexander Volkanovski is minus 162. The favorite. Diego Lopes plus 136. The underdog. Yeah, nothing changes for me here. I like the way Diego comes out, shot out of a cannon, dude. I like Diego Lopes to knock out Volkai in the first or second round. I'm going to lean second round, though, man. He's just so much bigger. And just the way that he fights, dude, no one has put pressure like that on Volk aside from Ilya or Islam when he had kicked him in the first, dude. So, yeah, I like the way Diego fights in this matchup compared to Volk. Volk's a little bit older, been knocked out a few times now. Give me Diego Lopes round 2 knockout here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I agree with everything you just said. Yeah, I think that Diego, he comes out starting fast. You know, he's explosive, powerful, good technical boxing too, as well as some people overlook it, but he's got nasty leg kicks too. Yeah, Dave, I'm right there with you, buddy. But yeah, I think, you know, for Diego's leg kicks are dangerous as well. You know, Volk is obviously, you know, you can say better fight IQ, more technical ability. But I think the explosiveness on Diego is what's going to help him seal the deal here. And I think a second round knockout is in order for Diego Lopes here. So let's go Diego Lopes round 2 knockout.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Me and D-Rose are the same on that as well. So with that being said, that's all of our picks and predictions for the card. Let me share my screen and let's get to the fun part. I know D-Rose likes this part. I know a few of you like this part as well. We call it the cheese wheel.
Ching, 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 ching.
Let's see if did it go on the screen or no? It's not on the screen. There it is. Just took a little bit. Just took a second to pop up there. Let's see if we can. Do we do this? Do we get? Will it go over?
I just wrote Dog Antoine in here. I'm surprised.
It's all right. It's all right.
This is his ish.
He's probably covering the Laker game. I know it's at like 10:40, so it's probably in a few minutes. But with that being said, we have the options on the wheel. We have underdog, we have 3-leg, we have prop, we have over under, we have a 3 or decision, and we have a finish. D-Rose, do you have your bets ready to go for the cheese wheel, my guy?
We are locked and loaded.
All right. With that being said, I'm going to spin it first for you. You are the pick champ, so you know you get first spin. So here you go. Looks like you're going to get underdog or finish. What's it going to be? Finish.
Finish.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
I like it.
That's good because mine was minus 180, so it wasn't that good.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, one of the finishes I like for me personally, you know, I don't know if you want to do double chance. I'm looking at just knockout, and for me, it's Marco Tulio's and Trayshawn Gore. I think that fight only ends in one way for Marco Tulio getting the win, and I think that's by knockout. And right now on FanDuel, you can get Marco Tulio by knockout at plus 115. So for such a big favorite to get plus odds on his likely outcome of victory, give me that. I've got that in a couple parlays as well. So Marco Tulio by knockout at plus 115.
Yeah, I don't hate it, man. I don't hate it. That's most likely the way I see it going, but Trayshawn Gore is tough, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, my turn to give the cheese wheel a bite. Is it going to 3-leg or prop? Oh, it's giving me the prop. I'll take it. I'll take it. For me, D-Rose, it is Verna 2-3 sub. I think right now it's what, plus 650 on FanDuel? Let's see. All sports, Verna. Come on there. Oh, I clicked it back too many times. Let's see. Verna, where you at? There you at, girl. Verna sub. 2-3 right now.
Of the room.
Is plus 650. Yeah, I like that for my prop.
Yeah.
Plus 650. I'll take that one. I'll take
Dave's
that
wife.
One. Dave's wife.
In the bedroom back there. Wearing the thing out.
My wife. Indeed, indeed. All right. We got 4 options left, D-Rose. Let's see what you get. It's going to give you the over-under. All right. Over-under for D-Rose. This is a clear option for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of been going back and forth with it a little bit, but I mean, I'm looking at one. I kind of do think it's going to go to decision either way. Pitbull versus Yair Rodriguez. The over 2.5 is -168 right now, and I feel pretty good about that. Either way, the winner to win by decision. So, not the greatest of odds, but -168 for the over 2.5 for Yair Rodriguez versus Patricia Pitbull.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Dude, mine was a clear under in the Reyes versus Krylov fight.
That's what I figured. I figured you were all over that one.
Yeah, that shit ain't going out of the first round. No matter who wins, that shit's in the first round. Who's the 3 or decision? Yeah. So 3 or decision for me turns into 4-5 decision on FanDuel, and that is 4-5 decision. Patty, is it still plus 400 euros?
It was earlier when I looked. Give me just a second, and I will verify that for you. And it is still at plus 400 for Patty Pimblett for round 4 or 5 or by decision.
Yeah. But just for anyone that wants to be specific, I know Patty Pimblett via decision is like what, 950?
Yes. Right now
Absolutely
by decision plus
nuts.
950.
Absolutely nuts, and I know that's the way D Rose is going. There we go, dudes with the shirt off. Vernon put you over the edge. Shit. All right, D Rose, you got 2 options left. You got an underdog and a 3-leg.
Man, I kind of wanted the underdog.
The 3-leg. Dude, this should be easy for you. This should be easy.
Hey,
well, like a -300, a -200, and a -150, and it should equal 209.
So I got this. I am using my 30% boost for FanDuel on this one.
Okay.
And I'm keeping it simple. Olashayshuk. It's funny that I can say his last name like better or more confidently than his first name. Michal Olashayshuk. Verna moneyline.
Yep.
And Sean Woodson moneyline.
Ah, wow.
With your 30% boost, they get you to plus 387, and $10 wins you $48. So that's a simple, just a little booster, but a nice little boost there to, hey, why not? Well, it's worth throwing 10. I'm basically getting 50 off of it. Why not?
You said, and Woodson,
Verna, and Olashayshuk, all money line. With your 30% boost, it gets you to plus 387.
387. Yeah, not bad. Mine was Tulio Olashaychuk Verna at plus 209. Just a regular money. But yep. With that being said, only the underdogs left, and for me, it's a clear one. It is Diego Lopes at is he plus 118? On DraftKings, he was more. What is he on draft? Plus 136 on DraftKings. So I'm counting that one.
Yeah, he's plus 124 on FanDuel right now.
Yeah. Diego moneyline at plus 136. So that is it. Yeah. One more time. My three best bets on the card would be Verna sub 2-3 at plus 650. Patty 4-5 or decision at plus 400, and the Diego Lopes money line, and D Rose's best plays on the card are Marco Tulio KO at plus 115, the Pitbull versus Yair fight to go over 2.5 rounds at minus 168, and he has a 3-leg parlay that he gets to share, and that is Verna, Michal Olashaychuk, and Sean Woodson with a boost is plus 387. Did I get all that, D-Rose?
Yep. Got it perfect.
All right. With that being said, it's the fun time of the show where I get to share my
Ching, ching,
parlays
ching.
with you guys. Yeah, dude. Emphasis on edge. With that being said, all right. So basically, I don't know why. I don't know why that one's there. I uploaded one that I didn't mean to upload. Anyway, so I have my boosted one for $10, and then I have a $5, and then I'll share D Rose's two, and then I'll share my last two. Sound good, D Rose?
Yep.
All right. Let's see, FanDuel ain't giving me no boot. Yeah, Dave, you have to look for it. It like fucking looks odd. It looks odd this week. It's like a bunch of like, it's like
It's
three
like
dudes,
busting
right?
with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's busting with the boys. It's like a red background, and you won't see it until you hit the UFC tab on FanDuel. Like once you hit the tab on FanDuel for UFC, you'll see up at the top banner where it has the busting with the boys 30% boost.
Unless maybe Dave just been winning too much. Anyway, with that being said,
That is true.
Yeah, I have a 5-leg parlay that I did boost on FanDuel. It's $10 to win $103.49. So change the cheddar, baby. Turn it 10 into 100. Son of a bitch, they almost got me. That's what's up, Dave. I'm glad you found it, man.
Let's go.
Anyway, 5-leg parlay is boosted at 30% is Marco Tulio moneyline, Mikhail Oshajek moneyline, Verna moneyline, Sean Woodson moneyline, and Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes to go under 2.5 rounds. Do we hit it, D-Rose?
Yeah, hit it perfectly. Or I mean, honestly, I feel good about it. I feel good about it.
I think it should hit. That's my confidence one this week. And then I have a $5 one here. It is 3 legs, $5 3-leg, $5 to win 650 on the dot. It is Verna sub 2-3, John Silva KO 2-3, and Patty Pimblett 4-5 or decision. If those 3 fights happen that way, $5 turns into $650. So before we get too crazy, I do have 2 more to share. One is like, yeah, they're a little bit big. They're to win some thousands, but I'm gonna let D Rose cover his first. He has a 3-leg here.
Yeah, so this is just my underdog parlay. These are just 3 dogs that I'm feeling right now, and if I'm being honest, I think Mitch Raposo is the one that I'm probably feeling the most in terms of dogs. So I'm probably going to be looking at putting him in maybe like a couple other parlays here, and I'm pretty confident in Dominic Reyes as well. I do have him in a couple of different parlays, and yeah, Patricio Pitbull as well, another guy I'm confident in. You put those 3 in a money line parlay, you get it at plus 1361. I didn't go crazy on it, but I just put 5 to win 73. There's another little liner for our accounts this week.
We got Hawaiian 5-0 in here dropping the emojis. Shout out Hawaiian 5-0 for stopping by tonight. And
Yes,
then
sir.
yeah, I know D Rose is risking a lot here with this one, but here we go. 250. Oh, here we go, man.
Hey, putting our nuts on the table on this one. This is my decision parlay here, and I got Michelle Olszewski by points, Chase Hooper by points, and Patty Pimblett by points. That gets us at plus 15,020. And for me, I put 250 on this for a return of $378 on the dot. So
Yeah,
that
to
my
be
decision
fair,
parlay 3-leg.
to be fair, a lot of my parlays do look something like that, where I wish I would have put more on it, but it is what it is. So hopefully you hit that, D Rose. I'm with you there. I did a featherweight decision parlay. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So hopefully D Rose hits that one. And then now let's get a little wild. So we're gonna go to my FanDuel parlay first, and then we'll jump to the DraftKings because that one's more. So FanDuel parlay is a 10-leg parlay. So there's 13 fights on the card, and I bet on 10 of them. I put $5 on it to win $2,040.06. It is plus 40,701. And it starts off like this. Nora Cornell, moneyline. Marco Tulio to win in round 1 or 2. Doesn't matter how. Mikhail Oshajek to win by knockout in round 1 or 2. The Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa fight to go to start round 2. Chase Hooper to win by finish, whether it's knockout or submission. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson to start round 3. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes to go under 2.5 rounds. Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva to start round 2. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett to start round 2, and Diego Lopes to win by knockout in round 1, 2, or 3. $5 on that. If all of them hit, will be $2,040.06. And our wildest one, I think this one's technically more wild, but I put more money to win more on this one. This one's on DraftKings, and DraftKings does offer you a boost this week as well. So I did boost it. It is a 9-leg parlay. $5 to win. I'm sorry, $10 to win $3,369.60. It is Diego Lopes to win an under 3.5 rounds, Paddy Pimblett to win an over 1.5 rounds, the Yair Rodriguez versus Pitbull fight to go over a round and a half, John Silva to win an over a round and a half, the Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes to go under a round and a half, Sean Woodson moneyline, Verna moneyline, Mikhail Olashejuk moneyline, and Marco Tulio moneyline. What do you think about that one, D-Rose, aside from the John Silva? Because I know you did pick flip.
Yes, I did pick flip, not confidently. I'm staying away from that fight in terms of my bets. But other than that particular leg itself, I like it, man. I really do.
We got a chance. We got a chance this week. All right. So that is that's all the parlays that I have to share with you guys. I wish I had more, but unfortunately, it's called Change to Cheddar, where we try to turn some change into some cheddar. We don't bet a whole lot here, 25, $30, trying to win a few hundred, few thousand, trying to take a nice vacation, something like that. Anyway, with that being said, D-Rose, what we got planned for tomorrow? Are we going to do the main card live stream? We're going to do the recap. We can go Sunday, whatever you want, because there's no fights next weekend.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, honestly, I'd be down for a live stream if you're down for a live stream. I like being able to do those. All
right. Toast is money is confident in Volk, Patty, and Bryce. All right. Yeah, so I guess you guys can catch us for a main card live stream here on the channel tomorrow during the main card, because D-Rose works, so he won't. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll be here around
tomorrow,
10.
So it'll probably be around 8:39 before I get home. But
okay.
I'll be able to watch most fights on my phone until I get home.
Okay, cool. So we'll be here live around 10 p.m. East Coast time. Watch the fights, watch the main card live here with you guys. So if you don't have anything to do, feel free to stop by, hang out with us live during the fights. We'll chat it up, get our reaction, and all that good shit. But with companion D-Rose says Dave. Yeah, man. So with that being said, anything before we get out of here, man? Or you good to go?
No, sir. We good to go, man. Let's make some money this week. I said it at the beginning of the week on the pod earlier this week, saying it tonight. Let's make some money and clean these books up, man. I'm ready to get after them.
Yeah, hopefully when we hop on tomorrow during the live stream, me and you both have like a 10-leg parlay that we're 6 legs into at that point, and we're both just rubbing our hands. Hopefully one of us wins, dude.
Like maybe a couple prelim parlays in there. We hopefully we've already won. Maybe a couple hundred, maybe 100. 50, 100 here or there. Something like that too. So hopefully we can. Hopefully we clean up the whole card, man.
Hell yeah. With that being said, we appreciate y'all for stopping by here, hanging out with us here tonight. Good luck if you're betting on these fights tomorrow. Remember, at the end of the day, it's a fist fight. Anything can happen, so don't be betting more than you can afford to lose, because crazy shit happens all the time. Shit that no one expects to happen happens quite often. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all for stopping by. Leave your best picks down there in the comment section after the live stream ends. I would love to see what you guys are playing this week. But with that being said, I'll leave you with this fabulous photo as me and D-Rose get ready to get out of here and watch UFC Miami tomorrow evening. With that being said, we appreciate you guys. My name is Matt. D-Rose down there. That being said, this is the Golden Octagon. Change to Cheddar on the Golden Octagon. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the UFC 314 fight companion. With that being said, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.